class, there's only one way to park a boat, the safe way. You now see the importance of proper security and a properly calibrated anchor. Which brings us to the subject of rudder maintenance.
Alright, Nichols, just as we were getting to the nitty-gritty.
Wait a minute, class. Remember, we will not be here tomorrow. We will be going on a field trip to the boating museum. Now run along, kids.
Wow, the boating museum. Maybe tomorrow. Plus, Mrs. Cup, with an extensive knowledge of boating history, she'll give me a boating license on the spot.
You two give me strength.
Let's see. Oh, there she is. What is this, Gary? Why, it's the complete history of all boating ever. And I'm going to memorize it tonight for the big field trip tomorrow. I'm perfectly capable of reading 7,400 pages and still getting around 4 hours of sleep before the bus picks me up promptly at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get started. Alright, let's see what this little pamphlet is all about. Chapter 1. In the beginning, Neptune created the sail.
7:59 a.m.
But such tragedies will be avoided with the flying boat of the future at the end. Live for a little shy, boy. Can't this wait till tomorrow?
What was that? Nothing. Just keep driving. Get on it!
No worries, I made it. I assure you, I am well rested and ready to learn. Who knows what's to come before the day is over? You may have learned something yourself.
Don't worry, Kyle, I'll let help on. That lady who dropped it off was one of them kind of expensive TV. This got something for $100.
This vessel was once the largest in all the seas, but now it's transported into the museum. It no longer moves.
Actually, it gets taken to port once a year for maintenance.
If you don't mind, SpongeBob, I'll be doing the teaching today.
No problemo, Mrs. Piggy.
Here it is, class, the most extensive collection of seafaring history ever assembled, from giant naval vessels to more modest craft like this climbing boat.
I'd say this baby can hold up to 10 clamfishers.
Sure, SpongeBob.
Why, I bet they reel in up to 50 clams a day.
Over here we have the Sandwich. It was a cargo ship used to bring back exotic spices from faraway lands.
With 2 direct action steam turbines producing 6,500 horsepower, geared up to terrific screws. They'll get your spices when you need to go.
Thank you again, SpongeBob.
She's working. She's noticing my vast knowledge. Now taste this sweet lemonade of a fresh boating license.
This class is the Lady Stallion.
Named after the captain's strict stallion. Who complained about the captain's owner strongly resembled. Here's this long-distance discovery.
Stop.
What's up?
I think Joey also wants to play too.
Okay.
I don't know, that's just what he... Because I'm in the living room with Raylan and SpongeBob. Sup, Joey?
Lord Lowy. I don't even see Lord Lowy online.
Oh, they did.
I guess there was a update or something.
Is it still updating?
Well, for him it probably is, but I just finished that update. Should we just start it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, the skin's not that good.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
You not look like the back of the girl?
Sup?
You not look like the back of the skin, right?
Yeah, you got long hair. You got long slimy hair.
Yeah, Joey, fight Rachel.
You don't got the long slimy hair in the back. That's the spike right there.
I know, the spikes at the top, slide at the bottom.
Mine, bro, I seen the whole skin, bro.
Look at that.
What? Yeah, I'm playing.
Well, Rachel and Joey are in the kitchen right now.
I mean, like, might be an update some days when you might be able to put that rebuff that I give you.
So are we waiting for Joey or are we playing?
I think we're waiting for Rachel. She's in the kitchen at the sink.
No, Rachel said that she's working on homework for Raylan.
Oh, okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, so let's see.
When it's supposed to look like that, honey wrapper. Didn't think that, right?
Jackson 7 mile an hour. Loud.
My best cheese.
Oh, Joey's Games last update for 8 minutes. And I guess Raylan is gonna... Raylan, I need the controller. Come on. No. Come on. Raylan. Give me the controller. What? What did I do, Joey? Your niece took the controller.
Tell her to give it back. I'm gonna whip that ass. Okay. They're tagging.
Here, I love this. Why don't you talk to your...
No, I want to play. Raylan, give it to Kai.
Here you go. Out here.
Raylan, give it to Kai.
I did.
Now.
I did.
Okay. Give his headset back too.
I'm not talking to you, bro. What the heck, bro?
It sounds like something you said.
Is this something I just said?
I just
Hey, Joey, look how shitty this glider is.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It was all like in bits.
Time to do homework.
Yep, homework.
Lou, what are you doing?
The work comes home.
Ah, you just elbowed me.
Oh, what?
You punched me in my elbow and it's broken.
I did not just elbow you.
Alright, this guy.
Do you have to lie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's part of my curse of living.
Oh, somebody just stole my food.
Hey, why'd you turn the TV off?
That pissing me off, bro. 28 plus 7. Why would you leave him on one?
Unless there's something really good on, like, you know, it was a joke. Action movie going. Well, we can always put a action. It's definitely not fun.
Oh.
Somebody practicing a instrument or some shit?
Dude, there's God's watch God's It's the new God. Yeah, I know. Here's a Jason Stamos. You don't like Jason Stamos? No! Don't be just putting it because you like it. No, I'm reading it. Damn, stop yelling. You don't have to fucking give yourself a migraine.
Damn, Joey.
Hey, Dad, do you want to watch John Wick? Is that something?
Hey, you guys, come near me. I have these juice thing. Trap.
Yeah, I don't need it though. I'm full.
Okay.
You and Trap definitely need it.
Oh, well. Oh, hey, I guess I had more.
What channel is it on, Dad?
Yeah, I'm full of shield and health.
Oh, I don't have.
Yeah.
You don't have much shield, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Well, now I have 40.
Are you serious? Watch. I think there was a lot of intelligence that clearly indicated after we withdrew that it was a likely outcome of a collapse of the military and collapse of the government. I also have a view that the withdrawal of those forces would lead inevitably to the collapse of the Afghan military forces and eventually the Afghan government.
Good job, General.
He's 0 for 2.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make it 0 for 3. Remember when he told us on August 31st that the terrorists in Afghanistan had diminished? Remember that? Remember why we went to Afghanistan in the first place? Because we were attacked by Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda over a decade ago. Al-Qaeda was decimated. Right, and he also said they were out of Afghanistan. Nobody thought that was the truth. And General Milley today had something to say about it.
Well,
I always do. What's new, Joey?
what is that music?
In the next 12 to 36 months. So you see what's going on here.
That must be from Trap.
Oh, okay, because I'm over here tripping, because I'm like, what is this going on?
Cause Joe's just listening to Joe right now.
Oh, okay.
It's like I don't know what's up with them. Like, it's like they literally wait until I'm playing with people to make it personally. Like they was just laying right here under me, quiet for the longest, and then all of a sudden they like, you took a mic lesson.
Yeah, it's sad to be real loud.
Like you hear how this is like in my mouth, like he's literally sitting under me saying the words that revolve around me. Then why are you revolving around me, bro?
Damn.
Alright. Joey says it's almost ready. Well, hurry up, Joey.
You can play Fortnite?
Mason Drive.
Have you ever seen a bat wing before?
What? I seen the waiting. I don't wanna. Have you seen the goat before? It's for.
Plenty of times.
Does not square with the
like you're saying this in a joking manner.
Here now is Alaska Senator still in military. Dan Sullivan who took part in the hearing and was quite incensed and on point. Senator, what was your take on There's two main takeaways here. First of all,
What?
No,
Nothing. Yeah. We should go. Trap's already there.
Hurry up, bro.
Oh. What?
We went through a number of things
Come on. Let's go to Trap.
Oh shit, where do you go?
He's all the way in the other We're stuck. Okay.
I don't want to be at the end of the match not fighting again. I gotta go find somebody.
Is that right?
Don't worry, that's why I picked her up.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah, that's foggy as stick right here. Somebody shooting through the phone.
Like, you can't even see retail road. I know retail road.
I can't see it across the river, bro. What are you talking about?
I can definitely see that, bro.
Man, if somebody was standing right there, you definitely
I can see the building, bro.
Ain't no building, that's a rock, bro. That's the side of a mountain.
Got a rock right there,
Bro, this is the whole side of a
right
mountain.
here. What I'm
Oh
talking
shit.
about.
Fuck. No. Crap. Damn it.
Fire!
I'm on fire too.
General Milley himself. He was chronicling a few books saying he wanted to keep troops there.
Luchanzo!
But he also was asked him about his call with the
Where's that med pack?
in China.
Is that right, Boogie? Damn! Got your own set.
Yeah, I know. Do you happen to have another? There.
Bro, this is the first time it's been like this for everybody, bro.
Alright.
Bro, I've been playing Fortnite every
Thank
day,
you.
bro. It's never been this foggy.
Let me fill this up.
Bro, you tripping, bro. Bro, it wasn't this thick.
Thank you.
We were near, we were here at West Point. Near Toledo Curly.
Oh fuck.
Alright, well, that's Harry. He'll be the side of the road. Harry! Come here!
So I was pressing this issue because it's a very
Have Fortnite been this foggy, or is this new?
It's for Halloween purposes.
It's been this foggy.
It's the Halloween thing. There's a half pot.
Bro, this ain't. Alright, y'all definitely tripping, bro. Y'all been playing too much creative or
Take the
something.
mini circuit.
Oh, I'm getting shot at.
What's the purple?
really important as we're going to continue to do oversight to get to the bottom of this, and also, importantly, the bottom of the issues that were front and center in the hearing today.
What, are y'all in a fight?
Fucking yeah.
Fiasco and how he owns it. He crushed the credibility of
Who's setting fire?
I am, but the problem is I keep no. I'm not trying to. I keep. I'm not trying to. Okay, that may be true, but literally the previous times I kept on accidentally switching to it.
Go! I almost killed him. Oh wait, you finished him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh. You do not allow to have any more fucking gas cans.
It's not gas cans, it was the fireflies. Hey, that's not true. Okay, that's no. No. Not true. Not that.
This last time was all not your fault, but.
Oh. Last.
This last time was your fault. And they still paid for your car.
It wasn't my fault. But my insurance is gonna go up though with my next renewal.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Please don't stand in front of me. I'm trying to kill too.
Sure.
I
Aw.
was trying to
What the heck is that? What is that?
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, behind you, Trap, It's right there.
Oh shit.
Can somebody please explain what the fuck just happened? Everybody just trying to be quiet with me now?
Yes. Watch out on, there's two coming at you.
What?
I was trying to steal my shotgun.
Fuck you!
Hey, guys, Elizabeth, somebody.
What?
YOLO.
What the fuck was that missile circling? I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's.
He just shot it.
No! No! Fuck!
Well, I got two.
GG guys.
So, back to the lobby.
Back to the lobby.
Right foot creep.
I want to ask you this question, but I feel like you're going to get it. You stuck at the end, but then when I ask you this question, it's not about internet.
People act like, oh, Biden's all like, no man left, ignores the no man left behind, but it's like, you do expect that, right?
So do you think, like, you can say that the older you are, the worse you are at living? That could be 5 years into the lobby.
So what are we playing?
I guess squads.
I was not cracking on you in the 3v1. It was 7 to 11, bro.
Bro, watch out, Trav. He's coming at you.
Oh, damn it, bro. So what? I was over there smelling you like, oh yeah.
Mason jar.
I did the most damage on my team.
Maybe one time with your shotgun, I thought you did the best.
One time every time.
That's the best.
Cheater, bro. Nobody cares.
Go, bro. That's what I said.
I don't listen to my brother. He plays with mine.
What did you say? Don't accept my brother. He plays with bombs.
But today, the bench was saying that the state's
the
State Department's been no
Guys, he got a mod controller.
and you have a reason to say they helped America and legitimate Americans. What's your plan of action?
I roll this Fortnite world. The best.
Yeah, I just say we actually got tens of thousands.
What? Even higher?
That have no way out. public sector doesn't continue to work together.
I'll never get assassinated.
The only conversation on this right now is voting well. And believe me, I believe that conversation has to happen, and I think it will happen, and you all are pressing it.
I don't want to teach me.
Hello, where was Rachel? Rachel's not playing?
She's doing homework with Raylan. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm still waiting for y'all to try to beat me, bro.
We're getting them out, moving them any way that we can. Right now, that seems to be
so
in the news and in the conversation, and that
like, I want you to tell all your tattoos right now that you beat me for,
either side of you, and you tell me,
Bro, why you keep saying that, bro?
I don't know, I just felt that bad.
I know.
Bro, you got one right there, bro? I see that tattoo right there? You got it all over your arms, all over your arms.
Nah, bro, that's a slug.
and we need a recognition.
Okay, you got somebody tattooed on your name is Brenda, bro? It has to do with that, because I see that's right about that.
Scott Framework, getting a lot of calls too. Meanwhile, coming up straight ahead, we get back to work.
Bro, it's hard. Bro, like, who writes and cursive, bro? That stuff is trash, bro.
His best friend in the world, Joe Biden, because he was $100,000. It's vaccine supplies on the streets of New York. Frontline workers fighting back against authoritarian mandates. We talked to a nursing assistant who was able to sacrifice her job.
I think they're learning at his life skills. Well, I don't really know that. Alright, you slapping on your big mouth challenges? Try doing this game.
When you're driving a lane,
I think it's
let your teammates know, bro.
I'm going Hitler. I'll be with y'all in a second.
Joey, where are you lining up?
Bro, you could have got that Johnny one time ago.
Oh, you're just talking
I said,
shit.
funny, Arena County, bro, you would have got that
Yeah.
so they all left the MSG over.
Look, Joey.
I think they think that you're going to prison.
Well, actually, we can, I mean, we got shared showers. So if I open it,
Look, I told you, bro, nobody gonna do it. Yes, I am the best. They call me Big,
no chances here, though.
they call me Big Trilio Studio. Like, there is no chance? Ow! That's good.
No, Joey, I was gonna land there.
Wow, there's no other chest. They're not favorite. Like, there's no other chest. There's like 3 chests that should find you. But yeah, there's like Fortnite. You got 65 looks in that, bro? Alright, yeah.
Fall is here, and so are new opportunities to enjoy this life we love. That's why we're stopped and making it easy for you to get everything you need. So you can care for the ones that count on you. Prepare for what's around the corner. Get more shorter days and add more for days. In over 2,000
Bro, like, it had PLUT open.
Stop and ready for fall. Plus the services that make shopping for it easy. Tractor Supply.
I forgot what his name was. Pelodium, yeah. What, is it like Is that not what it said? Who told you?
It's easy to be upset.
I can't be telling about old
Now it's easy to help protect yourself. Opt into cyber safety at Norton.com.
For roof or foundation, the damage to your home can be devastating.
If you die in this game, you'll have to buy an item.
Protect your entire
If you
home
win this game,
the nation's #1 rated gutter protection system. Once our ladders go up,
you think I'll buy an item?
forever.
Yeah, we can rock it together.
Because I don't have to get back on the ladder.
I got 1,200 right now, man. All I got to do is 200. I said, bro. Huh?
Oh, Joey, that's my kill. Why don't you get the second guy?
Bro, it's helping you out. That's still your kill.
Yo, you killed the other kill.
I mean, if you lose, you lose.
Chicken. I'm not, but.
Hey, I ain't gonna fight no more. I'm about to
You will die.
I know, bro.
You will die.
Well, he's up. He's not down.
Hey, what you mean?
But
Can
still.
anyone watch me real quick?
No. Wait, no. Wait, no.
You already agreed?
Wait, no. I thought you said wait. You just fucking about mine, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm going
I think my mind just started, bro. Like, why you do that to me, bro?
I'm about to stay behind my team. That was like, do the work.
At Spectrum Business, we're so sure we offer the best value for business. We called our competitors to see if they could beat our
Bro, I don't count, bro. I said Wednesday.
No added
Oh yeah, I got that guy.
Yeah, well, you saw like most of my kills, Joey.
Ow.
You saw that one guy that was down. You killed him.
No, you got him down. I cannot kill him. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I wanted the full kill. Why?
You got the full kill. What are you talking about?
It says assist, didn't it?
Oh my god. You didn't assist. I assisted.
Yeah.
I got him down all the way, and I assisted with the finishing.
Oh. Doesn't it?
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
So instead of it giving me a full point, it doesn't give me any point. It just gives me XP.
Oh, okay.
Trying to make some soup real quick.
No.
Welcome back. Throughout the pandemic, healthcare workers have been hailed as heroes, right? Putting their lives on the line and working countless hours to protect the most vulnerable Americans from a disease we didn't know anything about.
Actually, I still don't really know how Fortnite really works.
Courtesy of New York vaccine medical worker mandate. Yup, many healthcare workers who refuse to be paid.
Hey, it doesn't even blow up.
It's smoking.
No, it's not. Shit.
Look, I am Superman. Look, shoot me. What's up? I am Superman.
She worked as a certified nursing assistant for 16 years, and now facing termination over
Hey, that was my old spirit.
unvaccinated. You're not fired yet. They're just not on the schedule. You said I'm not going to get vaccinated. Why do you not want to get vaccinated, and is it worth your job?
Yes, I don't want to get vaccinated because I don't want it in my body. Right now.
Want some water? Give me a cup. Give me your cup.
What's up, Trap?
Give me a cup. Give me your cup. Cup. Give me a cup.
Uh-oh.
Give me a cup.
I wish I didn't get banned for 60
Oh.
days.
Did you already have the virus?
Yes.
Hey, we got the team running.
Hey Kai, did you ever grab that half I ever gave you?
What happened? What
I
happened?
did. I'm
I
just
got a
kidding.
bit, yeah.
Bro, you start my kill, Louis.
Okay. So when you heard about this, okay, go ahead. Your daughter had it, you had it, and you both came.
Heck
Bro, you
yeah,
don't
I
want
got
that, bro?
So do you want the-
You don't want that, bro? Drop that, bro? You don't need that?
All right. Did you explain that to your hospital?
No, they didn't ask.
All right. And
Look, bro, you don't know what you're doing with that venom thing, bro? I'll trade you 50 for it.
Oh, maybe. No, Here, we'll switch off. We'll switch off.
Are you? What are you gonna do for work? You might not be.
Switch off of who, Joey?
What are you gonna do, man?
I'm just gonna have to.
We'll switch off right now.
Look for something else.
Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you joining me. Sorry you're going through this. If they would just give you an antibody test, they would see that you're immune. But they just don't do it. Madeline, thank you.
All right, guys. Now I'm about to leave you all alone.
All right. Meanwhile,
Why?
To force you into getting a vaccine, maybe bringing up
Have yet to find fucking shield.
You know this.
Oh man, we just wasted so much shit.
I need you to be my apostle.
Here.
I need you to go out.
Where I got shields for you. I got a 50.
And say, we owe this to each other. We love each
Oh no, and I found shield over
Jesus
here.
taught us to love one another.
We probably still
How do
need
you
that
show
shit.
that love? But to care about each other enough to say, please get vaccinated because I love you. I want you to live.
Really? So if you don't get the vaccine, you don't like Jesus. Stony University is suspending the payment to
Bro, did y'all see that I smashed the car, bro, and it hit me, bro, and took 75.
This is all coming
Like,
down
what the
right
heck,
now.
bro?
Are we ready to
Everything behind
have
us
people in our
supposed to
hospitals that already have, on the for the most part, between 85 and 92% vaccination rates? Representative Lee
I should run him down.
is also running for governor of New York, a Republican. Congressman, how do we get to this place? It doesn't have to be this way. How we got to this place over the course of the last year and a half, you had people like Marilyn and all of our colleagues all across New York. They were working, they were essential workers. They were held as heroes, as frontline workers. Many got exposed to COVID themselves. They were worried about bringing COVID back home to their families. They were sick, recovered, they saw death around them. It was a stressful setting. Now, I remember this time last year, you had President Biden as a candidate, Kamala Harris as a candidate, all attacking this vaccine, saying that it couldn't be trusted. And then a few months later, they decided that they would get the vaccine.
Storm is coming.
Joe Biden
Shut up.
said that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, the storm is coming.
Fast forward to now, these people need to be out of work. They should be praised and thanked.
Excuse me.
I can't tell if that was a cough or a sneeze.
Oh, it's a sneeze.
Okay, bless you.
Thank you.
N95 mask and consistent testing could be an adequate substitute to this mandate that instead is going to
Don't get killed right now.
Last point out that locals
Hey, how are you guys all the way there? What?
guardsmen who are medical
I was the one that was backwards.
chaos that that's going to cause for the system. These are
Just a little bit.
medical professionals. So now they're going to be removed.
I wouldn't even waste my bullets on that motherfucker.
Healthcare system.
Oh, he dipped.
Somewhere else in some
Trap,
new
did you
setting. So it's going to cause a
did you fall and hurt yourself?
disruption on top of firing people who shouldn't.
I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, the
This,
one with,
no, I can fly. This shark is,
Oh, the shark. Okay.
the shark knocked me out the thing, and then somebody threw a grenade at me.
That wasn't me. I was all the way here. See?
Hey, you don't want that. You said you wouldn't waste your time on that.
That they're going to start
Hey, what up, Bernie?
to their residents, their constituents, as if they are some messenger between them and God, and then calling on New Yorkers to be her apostles.
Oh, hey, cool. I could actually get fish out of the water with this.
No way.
Ascended to become the governor of the state.
What? AIDS? The AIDS of fish?
But it doesn't mean that all of a sudden you have some new ability to be communicating on behalf of God to New Yorkers, and all New Yorkers become your apostles. It's pretty wild. And on top of it,
I made it all the way up here for you.
people like this, whether you are essential healthcare workers,
Oh, what's
That was perfect stairs, wasn't it?
system,
Yeah, actually,
Oh, hey, there's fish that could get you a...
small business owner,
make you run faster.
Because
because they either didn't show
They got me a sniper.
So this is more than just one mandate. It's a chaos.
Hey, Joey, look. I got this puffer
You
fish
missed
that, like...
every fucking shot.
Oh, I know. You shot that shit.
First one to President Trump. I don't know if she could handle that. She's got to go back through the chain of custody.
There, Joey, this is for you.
It's gonna get worse. Hospital.
What the
Oh,
fuck? Is I on
jeez.
fire, Joe?
See, Joey's the one that was doing it.
Wow.
He uses me as a scapegoat.
Here.
That's crazy. Tell me what I believe.
Run away from you. Because you like to catch your sister on fire. Fuck.
I told you to.
No, I didn't. You told me to do it.
Yeah, you're right. I think if these other governors, other mayors, the president of the United States, they're all looking at places like New York and looking to replicate it everywhere.
We did it, Venom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Part of these Democrats not communicating, without the adequate dialogue, without building trust. And now they're bringing a heavy hand, carrot stick. They're really.
Here, does anyone want this? I don't like building.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I figured trap would trap you, but nope.
So I thought I was going to be able to trap me in.
You can't trap.
You forgot I got super speed right now?
Yeah, I forgot. I was like right behind you.
See how I tracked you?
1-800.
There's the people over there. We definitely got some people over here. We got people over here.
Oh, look at that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That was some good shit right there.
Oh, hey, Joey, look. I'm invisible.
They're in the box. Wait.
I don't think they are. I think you're small.
Here. They're on the roof. Get on the roof part of the box. I made a hole on top for you.
Do yourself a favor.
Is there anybody in there?
Quick Start is now just $19.95. This is a spectacular deal. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-RELIEF and
Fucking shooting me for.
Quick Start today.
Can the daily recommended servings of fruits and
Oh, somebody shot. Let's get this, bro. Somebody shot anyways, right? Let's get it, bro.
All of our produce is third-party tested for pesticides, heavy metals, bad bacteria, and nutrients. They are then washed, cut, and put through an advanced vacuum-cooled process which removes the water using pressure. This maximizes the nutritional value while preserving the color, smell, and taste of the fruit and vegetable. The freeze-dried food is then ground into a fine powder without adding any additives or extra.
Nice.
These powdered foods are then mixed in our proprietary blend and encapsulated, locking out air and moisture. The capsules are then bottled and shipped directly to our customers. Balance of Nature is now offering
Joey, how many people are left?
Are you serious? Look, there's 6 people total. There's 6 people total. 4 of us, 2 people left.
Alright.
No.
Oh shit, where's everybody at? Oh, stop fucking trap. You made me feel like you were shooting at something close. We got the freaking warhog freaking going crazy.
Identities can use simple information to get access to your credit card. Then you're responsible for the bills. But ID Police creates a unique encryption graphic that makes it impossible to read through, both on the front and through the back, even if the paper is held up to the light. And it works on all forms of paper, matte or glossy. Paper shredders are slow and always jammed.
Oh shit.
Roll with ID Police.
Yo, man,
Watch again. Here's a bank statement with your
he's super low. I shot him like 5 times.
one easy roll.
Kyle, what are you doing?
Personal information is blocked. Name and address?
Oh.
Credit card number.
But here they're using my splash.
Electricity and gas bill.
Kyle, that's a reinforcement.
I got him.
No, I got him, Joey.
Leaving. Fuck.
I know you said it. I'm gonna be all right.
You don't know
Yeah, we are.
I did most of the work, though.
That teammate's got the job.
Yes. No, Joey.
or visit ironfleece.com.
Hey, Kyle, a little bit, you want to help me put some rollers together?
That sounds kind of wrong, but sure.
Well, I just put a fucking thing together for my son.
It's all good. I don't mind. I said yes. That was a joke. Stop touching me. No. No. Screw you. No. No. Stop. I'm in pain, Joey. Yo, Joey, tell your sister we could ready up. It says return to lobby in 22 minutes.
Go to lobby.
What? Go to lobby?
I'm so far ahead, I can do
Jesus, who's screaming?
Jeez.
It's going to be free. There's actually only one left on the Democratic side. His name? Former President Barack Obama. Who better to push a socialist agenda?
It's paid for by
How you gonna set the iPad?
in taxes in order to make sure that we have an economy that's fair for everybody. We can afford it. And I think anybody who pretends that it's a hardship for billionaires to pay a little bit more taxes so that a single mom gets childcare support or so that they're doing something
Oh.
is unsustainable.
Let's start with you. Why is it so important for President Biden to get this through, and why is he stuck?
If I lose this one, I get
Well, he's stuck because it's ridiculous. Everybody knows it's ridiculous. He wants to get it through. Legacy bill. And Biden has failed every attempt at and there's all kinds of gifts in that bill, and there's all kinds of kickbacks in that bill, and of course, the Democrats have told us that they were going to do this since Obama was in office. They never let a good crisis go to waste. We knew the second that we figured out that COVID was
nobody can hit me. Nobody can hit me. What the fuck? Over here, sir.
Of their progressive agenda as possible, and I think it's really important to know
Exactly.
that don't have anything to do with spending, but are really going to affect the American economy, like the PRO Act. It's hidden in there in that bill. The PRO Act will end independent contracting. That means that people like me, Brian, won't be able to show up on Fox News. We won't be able to conduct our podcast. We won't be able to do individual businesses. It's all kinds of insidious things pushed through in this bill. I mean, this is just Biden's attempt out of legacy. I think he's always trying to present that Obama gets the legacy to be the first black president. He's got to do something big. And he's just something he remembers as a fumbling
So there's a continuing resolution, pass it yourself. And the Republicans said, I'll help you with the $1.2 trillion. And the left said, we don't want the $1.2 trillion. And get this.
This is happening. Are we starting the game? That is what he
like this is the intramural fight on the Democratic side.
Go. Out.
The Democrats, they control every lever of power. The Republicans are not in a position not to defend them. And the fact is that Joe Biden has zero political capital left through his own incompetence and bungling, and also
Okay, Joey. No more losing.
11, 12.
Joey, no more losing or else we gotta kick you. Sorry, Joey. I'm just saying, no more losing, we gotta kick.
You know what? Joey's known for putting his balls in people's face.
Ew, I don't need to know that. What?
Real quick, last minute, I want you both to weigh in. We just saw this footage from Joe Manchin. He has a house builder who lives in Washington. They're protesting outside his house club, just like they did harassing people in restaurants, going to their homes during the Trump years. They don't like moderate Democrats. They're protesting outside his home. The Democrats in Arizona protesting outside Senator Kirsten Sinema's home. The President of the United States, one-on-one with Manchin, one-on-one with Sinema, desperately trying, instead of twisting arms, breaking arms. Will all this work?
I feel like he's going to make them dig in even further. And to tell you the truth, just pass me the popcorn, you know? When it's all said and done, do they get a trillion ring and call it a victory? Do they still keep bipartisan? Or do they swing and miss on it?
I think they're going to miss on everything this week. And the last time I saw Joe Manchin, he tweeted a photo of himself fishing back in his home state of West Virginia. So I don't think he's too worried.
I don't think so. Well, it's very red, West Virginia. They wanted Joe Manchin to be a moderate, and so far he is. Kira and Miranda, great job. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
We'll see how the drama plays out this week. This is
Oh shit, sorry, I did not.
up next. He can govern state.
This dude kind of knocked me out the bubble.
He's the most successful man in West Virginia. He just wants to bring his winning ways to his high school. Calling foul on the decision to keep him off the side. Don't forget to save the gates.
I killed him, Joey.
Well, I killed him like
Douglas in the Battle of Saving America's Soul on stage. Go to BrianKilmeade.com. We'll be starting its 12th. I'll see you there.
Ah, damn it, Joey. No, I opened the chest, so you could have the other rocket.
It was no cost to them.
Wait, I made that.
Hey, some of that's mine.
So, who here struggles with clog
There's a rocket launcher right here.
Let's take a look at some damage caused by clog guns.
Hey, anybody got rockets?
No.
I mean, nah, you could probably have this one then.
Who climbs ladders?
Wait, where did you get that one?
From that chest.
Climbing ladders is too dangerous. Once our ladders go up, you can put yours down forever. So how does it work? Leak filters, 3-piece system filters out leaves and debris.
Actually, it says I...
Do we need to replace our gutters?
Great question. Actually, leak filter could be installed right on top of your existing gutters. It will save a lot of money. Do I have to pay for an estimate? No. And you'll get free better inspection too.
This gun, Joey?
We're sold. Call 833
You want it?
or go to getleakfilter.com for your free
What bullets does it take?
Call or log on today and save 15%.
little small SMG bullets.
I don't really like guns like that.
You don't like the minigun?
No.
You don't like the Gokok 3000?
Nah, I don't like miniguns anymore.
The Gokok 2000, bro.
So take it from an expert. Get Simply Safe.
Hey, look, I just got the Gokok 2000.
Hey Joey, they're inside.
Oh, let me get in it. No, get over here, guy.
All of that, Joe?
The heck? Hi. So you can go to the dealership? You must be so mean about bringing people over.
No, Joey, that was my chest. Well, you're still in my loot. Oh my god, they're inside here. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Oh. Does anyone have new tire wheels? Hey, does anyone have more of those crystal thingies? Oh, do you have those crystal things?
No, I don't mess with crystal meth, bro.
Well, I need some. Trap, do you have extra?
The half pot. I mean, I guess I have 15 looking at it, so.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so if you come.
Hey, I don't get it.
I just need like
How are we having sparks and
8.
water?
844-695-3669.
Cause it's logic.
Can you please tell me how we
Wait, how come Elizabeth is all the way there?
Because she's a bad teammate.
Why am I a bad teammate?
Because you're like all the way far here.
Well, we're supposed to go through the circle.
Yes, just kidding.
So you guys are bad teammates for lagging on me.
You didn't tell us you were
Leaving
gone.
me alone. It's common sense. Storm comes, go to circle. Storm comes, go to circle.
We're in a fight.
Well, who said you should be in the fight right now, Trap? Nobody.
His doctors have taken such good care of him. Go and do that. Made it easier.
I needed a shotgun. He got me a shotgun. So much.
Oh no.
For him, that's why I'm strong.
Hey, get out of the bathroom.
Healthcare made stronger.
Hey, get out of the storm.
Okay.
All right, the voters in West Virginia overwhelmingly trusted Jim Justice to run their state. They trust him on major issues like the economy and COVID. And there's a high school in his state that doesn't trust him with the boys' basketball team. And it's not because of his coaching records, it's stupendous. Coach Justice has seen overwhelming success with the girls' basketball team. 75% win percent, championship under his belt. So you think the vacant coaching job would go to the governor?
Dude, I can't wait till my dad's done with dinner.
Ryan, first and foremost, I don't know why we're talking about this in some ways, but really everyone overwhelmingly recommending me, you know, and from my standpoint, I think we move on. I mean, for crying out loud, you know, people have got, you know, feelings that don't like you or whatever, and they do illegal things, and that's what this was. This was an illegal action. We move on. But Ryan, first and foremost, my number one thing I'm going to always do is do the right thing for our governorship in this state. I'm going to absolutely
What, Joey?
first and foremost do that all the time. But it is important, Brian. It is important,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
from the
stuff.
standpoint of our kids. That we
And make sure you just don't super glue your ear shut with some random super glue. Otherwise, it's a good thing you just made sure before you just super glue your ear or something, you know.
To really touch a kid's life.
That was a good thing you made sure before you just like randomly grabbed something and super glued your ear shut.
And I'm not going
That's what you were trying to do.
anybody for that.
Yeah, they
That
always
would
say it's
suck.
The one thing is serious, and I know what's happening. People look at the border and say,
Are you sure, Joey? Or are you the one that's truly laughing?
there's a highway, fentanyl highway.
You know, dude, we can take that out back, bro.
Yeah, maybe we should, Joey. So what be it?
Dude, bro. We're two dogs.
I am a dog, so what?
Little fucking hairy fucking four-legged fuck.
Yeah, that's why. Yep.
Dude, like, yep, boy, what?
Wow, Lord, you're a bad teammate too now, bro. Y'all just left us.
Yeah, Joey.
There's the storm.
No, Joe.
See? He gets it. There's a storm.
Oh, shit.
What's the story?
Yeah.
I know, stick around and find out.
How is this storm?
Oh, I see this one.
Actually, I'm stuck in
I
this.
ain't never heard nobody.
Yeah. Little rain. I mean, little rain, yes, but acid rain, yes, it does.
A little rain did hurt somebody, you know, like if you're riding your motorcycle, you need to be really careful. A little bit of rain on a bad day.
Yeah, it's called the first drive spill.
I got people on me, but I'm still
There's somebody right there. Trap right next to you.
Yeah, I know they're chasing me on the boat. Oh my goodness, and I got somebody else next to me.
I'm right next to you.
Don't be next to you.
Oh, I got some shield off of him.
It was great to see it. We can see it on Fox.
Be next to
I'll talk to you again soon.
Come on, heal.
Meanwhile, straight ahead, we finish up with comedian Michael Loftus. He's here, he's going on the clock, and he's taking on Eli Manning.
Well, there's endless amount of people along the river. It's like everybody out here fishing or something.
Those are my fishing buddies, leave them alone.
Oh, they got us out today.
Oh, shit.
So they only pay for what they need. Only pay.
Oh my goodness, I got another person on me.
Fall is here. That's why we're stocked and making it easy for you to get everything you need, so you can care for the ones that count on you. Prepare for what's around the corner. Get more out of the shorter days and add warmth to the cooler nights. In over 2,000 stores, we're here to help you enjoy
Fucking fire is hitting me, man.
ready for fall. Plus the services that make shopping
Man.
easier.
I need to heal up now.
Oh, damn it.
I feel like I'm a bad person.
Joey, help. Joey, I'm behind. No, Joey, right here. I'm dying.
The Paychex suite of payroll solutions can handle it all. And we have better things to do than stay
How are you dying, bro?
Someone shot me down.
From behind?
Yes. I'm just kidding. The storm. The storm is the ultimate enemy.
We were still at work. We started getting these notifications.
Hello.
Hello.
I get the siren on my alarm. Immediately I got a call from Rick.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I stopped the break-in on my phone. Learn more.
Hey.
Angie's League is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your project.
Well, I got 2 rocket launchers.
You can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews.
Somebody go hate
I got somebody over here.
By our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie is done.
Oh, they're up here now. Let's get them.
It's easy to be unsafe.
So I gave you
Save some for the rest of us.
That's how I got this road.
He won't.
It's easy to help protect yourself. Opt into
It's
cyber
not me, it's the Elizabeth still in the field.
clear, ugly like flash.
all done.
I'm just taking shrooms.
Tell. They're right here. Look, yeah. I'm trying to shoot them.
My name is Sean Hayes. I'm from Yorkville, Illinois. When you've lost everything,
I see him shooting at me.
No energy. Having good health is everything. After about 2 weeks of taking the balance of nature, my son made a comment that somebody could do a kickflip on a video. I'm like, I can do a kickflip. And he's like, no, you can't. Because he has never seen me be that kind of active guy. So here I am after a long work week, after doing all kinds of weekend
that failed.
I go out there, I pick up the skateboard, and I nail a kickflip for him. And even afterwards, the next couple of days, I realized
She's just like AFK.
I'm recovered on it. So having
Man, I wish I had a sniper right here.
Yeah, they're useful.
Okay, try not to waste your guys' ammo.
I don't really like snipers, so.
Start now by going to balanceofnature.com and don't.
Bro, how y'all just sitting in the open not getting shot? Why am I always getting shot?
Trapped by your expensive cell phone plan?
Okay, as you say it, I get fucking hot.
Damn. Trap jinxed us. Damn it, Trap.
Trap. He's coming in.
Fuck.
Oh, yes, Cornet!
Joey. Help.
Oh!
Help me, I'm right underneath the bridge.
Oh,
screw
fuck.
Joey.
Watch
Oh,
out, there's carnage.
help me. Right underneath the
fuck
bridge.
that guy.
Yeah, I need a heal real quick.
Yeah, heal yourself.
Alright, wait, are you guys all there?
I'm
Yeah,
down and I
dude,
kept on
there's
saying
carnage,
help me.
Dude.
It's alright, I'm about to die. I'm like 12.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, aim that wrong.
I have a jumper and med pack down where my card is. You just grab that. Grab my med pack and grab my med pack and lander.
No, I got my own med pack, but I was fucking in between people.
Folks, it's that time again to go on the Fox. Our guest tonight is writer and stand-up comedian extraordinaire, Michael Rothfuss. Michael, for topic 60 seconds.
Joey, ready up.
Dude, don't back talk me, dude.
Ready up, Joey. Jeez, what do you think this is?
Freaking giveaway?
No.
Well, I think it is. What is
What's
it?
that sound?
It's feedback from your mic. Not mine, hitting something.
Double birth look like. We can't show it. We don't have the rights, and it's not right to do it. But Michael, has that ever happened to you?
My daily dose.
Reach you like that?
I'll go back in a second, y'all. Hey, Ryan, have my slide, bro.
Okay, let's go back to the lobby.
Alright.
Is there something in the water? Hey, Rachel.
Raquel.
Let's not play Minecraft. Let's not play.
Am I correct?
One or two?
I think you are, and it's proof of just how much money Eli made.
What's it?
He just whips out the double bird on TV.
Elizabeth. Lobby. Oh. Trap is gone.
Listen to this slam dunk.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna finish up dinner, so I'll probably be back on a little bit later.
Alright.
Trying to finish up the soup.
From Kevin James on down. Can you renounce celebrityhood? And you won't. I think you can renounce celebrityhood. Here's the thing. I think your love affair with celebrity is directly affected by your time in Los Angeles. And Shaq got out of LA a long time ago. It's like LA, it's like that movie where you fall asleep and you turn into an alien. That's what it is. So Shaq, good for him. That's true leadership. He just came short of like whipping out his Bible and like having an exorcism on celebrities.
So dog?
You want to check to see how long till yeah. Oh, I don't know. Trios, I guess? Trios. Oh. There, Joey, you could be party leader. I normally like squads.
Where's Elizabeth?
She said she has to make dinner. Yeah.
We'll play like
nothing in return. Right. So there you go. Right. That takes a lot of guts, and at least he called it what it was. Meanwhile, and you'll love this story. Remember when Andrew Cuomo was trying to ditch his dog as he left the governor's mansion in disgrace? Well, I guess the captain is back in good graces because Cuomo's really liking this dog. So Love Gov posted some exciting pictures of the two on Instagram, being that he's now unemployed. Is this a real relationship? Is there real love between these two? Or is this somebody trying to repair an image for a comeback?
That's all it is. I feel bad for the dog. Like, he's trapped on the boat. He can't go anywhere. He's cornered by the former governor, and then he's got to kiss him. This is exactly what got Cuomo fired in the first place. He hasn't learned his lesson. I want to teach that dog to talk, because I guarantee his first words are, "I'd like to join a lawsuit."
That'll be very interesting, but Governor Cuomo, I think we're going to see him again. Hey, I'm glad you're back in New York, and you renounce your celebrityhood in California.
Rebuke it.
But go to loftusparty.com, get his podcast, and watch him on stage. Michael, always great to see you.
Good to see you. Double thumbs up.
Thank you. Meanwhile, thanks for watching Primetime. I remain Brian Kinley throughout the show. Tomorrow, be sure to catch Fox and Friends amongst our guests, Douglas Murray, Dakota Meyer, and don't miss Brian Kinley Radio Show. Ben Sass is one of my guests. And now it's time for Tucker. I'll pause for 2 seconds and then him.
Well, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. If you tuned in to see the hearing in the Senate Armed Services Committee today, and if you didn't, you missed out. But if you did, you may have been a little surprised to see Mark Milley sitting there. You remember Milley? He's the fleshy, hood-eyed man who's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He is also a national disgrace. He's a living insult to the military policies. That's not invective. It's not an insult. It's objectively true. And yet somehow, despite the overwhelming evidence that Mark Milley is dishonest, incompetent, partisan, dishonorable, Mark Milley still has a highly prominent job. That's the amazing thing. And not only is Mark Milley still employed at the very highest level, he is still lying, and doing so with his characteristic relish and enthusiasm. Today, for example, with an entirely straight face, Mark Milley delivered an impassioned lecture about the importance of civilian control of the military. Quote, "This country doesn't want generals figuring out what orders we're going to accept or do or not. That's not our job." Oh, really? Is that so, Mark Milley? Isn't this the same Mark Milley who once illegally seized personal control of our country's nuclear arsenal? And then when that wasn't sufficient, promised to tip off the government of China about future American military operations. And did all of this because he didn't like his boss, who, unlike him, was, yes, a civilian, elected by voters. Yep, that's the very same Mark Milley who elected about civilian control of the military. It was all pretty amusing in a dark way, but it did make you wonder, what is this about? Why is Mark Milley saying something so obviously preposterous? It's got to be helping him in some way. And indeed it was helping him. What you watched in the Senate hearing today was pure blame shifting. Joe Biden's foreign policy is a legitimate disaster. Nobody disputes that. But Mark Milley wants you to know that none of it is his fault. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin wants you to know that too. So is the head of Central Command, General McKenzie. All three of them want to make it crystal clear that the senile guy in the White House did this. It's his fault, not theirs. It was Joe Biden, they told us today, who forced American troops to leave Afghanistan before we evacuated all American citizens. And because the Pentagon reflexively, in every case, follows every order to the letter from the sitting president, they had no choice but to obey these crazy decisions. Watch them explain.
General Milley, it's your testimony that you recommended 2,500 troops approximately stay in Afghanistan?
Yes, my assessment was back in the fall of 20 and remain consistent throughout that we should keep a steady state of 2,500 and it could bounce up to 3,500, maybe something like that.
General McKenzie, do you share that assessment?
Senator, I do share that assessment.
President Biden last month in an interview with George Stephanopoulos said that no military leader advised him to leave a small
Their input was received by the president, considered by the president, for sure. In terms of what they specifically recommended,
You went quiet on me too, that's why I left.
No, I didn't.
You went fucking dead quiet on me. I didn't. I was like, hey, quiet, and realized.
Wheels officially coming off.
I was waiting for you to party up.
I partied up, then it said you disconnected.
No, I didn't.
Sacred rules of confidentiality. We can't really tell you what.
I did not disconnect. Look, I was still on radio.
I know, I'm fucking with you. No, but you did go quiet on me for a second.
Yeah, because we're not.
Proceeded to do for the entirety of today's hearing.
Oh, are you gonna go back?
Watch General McKenzie explain that despite the fact that he personally oversaw the disaster in Afghanistan, actually, he had nothing to do with it. It was all demented grandpa pulling the strings from the White House.
I will share my personal recommendation to the president.
Edward the editor.
My honest opinion and view shaped my recommendation. I recommended that we maintain 2,500 troops in Afghanistan. And I also recommended earlier in the fall of 2020 that we would maintain 4,500 at that time. Those are my personal views. I also have a view that the withdrawal of those forces would lead inevitably to the collapse of the Afghan military forces and eventually the Afghan government.
What a dirtball that guy is. Did you guys hear that? I can't share my recommendation, quote, but here was my recommendation. Take those medals off. You don't deserve it. It's up to the generals.
They should change it to Dicks Out for Biden.
What?
They should change it to Dicks Out for Biden.
No. So you can unplug it. Yeah, you should unplug it. It's still on. But that shit was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what it was.
They've been getting nasty background quotes to their stenographers of NBC News about what a dope Biden is. All true, but still, they're not allowed to do that. But today was different. Today's performance took place in public. It was on the record and it was under oath. And in that performance, they directly contradicted the commander-in-chief. As a reminder, here's what Joe Biden was saying 2 weeks ago on ABC.
The Congress advisors voted against withdrawing this time around. Why did you keep about 2,500 troops? No, they didn't. It was split. What about that one? That wasn't true. They didn't tell you that they wanted troops to stay?
No, not in terms of whether we were going to get out in a time frame, all troops. I didn't argue against that.
So no one told your military advisors did not tell you, no, we should just keep 2,500 troops. It's been a stable situation for the last several years. We can do that. We can continue to do that.
No one said that to me, and I can't recall.
It's not a defense of any of them. They're all so awful and so undeserving of leading this great country. They should not be in charge of this country. It's too good a country for people like this. So here you have the generals.
What am I making?
Told Biden the capital.
What's the trolley? Meatballs.
They did not tell him. The question is,
You'll
who's
like
lying?
it.
Someone's
You'll love
lying. Joe Biden doesn't know.
You'll want more of it.
Anything because nobody had to lie.
You'll like it. You'll love it.
And
You'll
this
want
is
more
the
of
point
it.
of today's hearings, and it's the point that matters going forward. No one in the Pentagon's leadership will ever be held accountable for this, the latest in a very long string of colossal screw-ups that have dramatically reduced American power and prestige around the world and gotten a ton of people killed. No one. This is unbelievable. Let's say you worked at a nuclear power plant, and one day you had too many beers on your lunch break, and you fell asleep, and the reactor melted down, and thousands died. And then you got a massive
Sounds like the
That's pretty much what's happening here. The House of Representatives just passed a $776 billion defense budget. How big is that? Well, it's fully $24 billion more than even the White House requested. In other words, Congress just threw a little extra for a job well done, a bonus for the generals who left $80 billion worth of American military equipment to the Taliban. Good work, guys. So it's official now. No one will ever be punished for anything. Not for abandoning Bagram Air Base. That was idiotic. Everyone knew it. They did it anyway. Not for leaving American citizens behind as they fled. Not for leaving our troops exposed to American servicemen. Not for the drone strike that blew up children, one they lied about for weeks. The people who did these things are in great shape tonight. They will retire exactly when they feel like retiring, at which point they will get full benefits and jobs at Lockheed. That's how our system now works. It's very, very frustrating. Not because the nation is good, but because in order to function, the system has to be accountable. And as of tonight, there's only one man in the entire U.S. government who is being punished for the failure, the catastrophic failure in Afghanistan. Just one man. His name is Stu Shelley. He's Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Marine Corps. He's an honorable and honest man. He is also blameless. Scheller had no role in any of these decisions. What was his crime? His crime was criticizing these decisions. In August, he posted this video on the internet.
If an 05 battalion commander has the simplest live fire incident EO complaint, boom, fired. We have a Secretary of Defense that testified to Congress in May that the Afghan National Security Force would withstand the Taliban in advance. We have chairmen of Joint Chiefs who come out, who's a member of that, who's supposed to advise on military policy. We have a Marine combatant commander. All of these people are supposed to advise, and I'm not saying we've got to be in Afghanistan forever, but I am saying, did any of you throw your rank on the table and say, hey, it's a bad idea to evacuate Bagram Airfield and strategic air base before we evacuate everyone?
Joe, it's hot right here. It's hot. So that's not you just saw that's
hot.
He's not to get promoted or work at Lockheed because he cares about the country and wants to defend it. There's a man who believed in his superiors, who is not cynical, who is genuinely confused by his superiors' unwillingness to admit their own error. His confusion comes from decency. And almost immediately, his superiors reacted to that video. They didn't apologize to the disaster. They didn't explain why they did what they did. They punished Scheller. They relieved him of his command. And they told him to shut up and stop talking.
What can I get?
But he didn't stop talking. Here's how he responded.
To recap my position, in the fallout of Afghanistan, I demanded accountability of my senior leaders. And I stated then that I understood that I might lose my battalion commander seat, my retirement, and my family stability. As it has played out, I have in fact lost all three of those. Would I do it again? I don't know. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller, and I was the only officer in the entire American coalition fired in the debacle of Afghanistan fallout. I acknowledge that I should have been fired. However, the hypocrisy of the general officers who are not being held to the same standard is a microcosm for the entire problem that is going to bring down the great institutions of this republic that we love.
So that's the man you want serving in your officer corps in a serious country. A person who takes his job seriously, who's patriotic, who's honest, who demands accountability. And before you say, well, it's the military, they don't have freedom of speech, you're not allowed to give a political statement. 2 points. One, that was not an explicitly political statement. In contrast, 2.2, the endless number of openly partisan statements from the leaders of
stay over here.
Mark Milley was openly thrilled by the election of Joe Biden. Was he punished for that? No, he was elevated. Congress, again, just rewarded him and the entire leadership of the U.S. military with $24 extra billion. Let's do Scheller for telling the truth. Well, here's what happened to him. Military brass forced Stu Scheller to undergo a psychological evaluation because only a crazy person would ask for accountability after the disaster in Afghanistan. And then when he wouldn't admit he was crazy, they threw him in prison, in jail, where he sits tonight. Scheller's father has released this statement explaining his son is now behind bars with violent criminals. And how long is he there? He's there indefinitely. This is happening tonight in America. Here's a quote from his father. All our son did is ask the question that everybody was asking himself. He was scared to speak out loud. He was asking for accountability. In fact, I think he even asked for an apology that he made mistakes. But they couldn't do that. They had a gag order on him and asked him not to speak. He did speak, and they incarcerated him. They don't know what to do. Want this? One of the worst stories of our time, and there are a lot of bad stories right now. Tony Leslie is one of the lawyers representing Lieutenant Scheller who joins us tonight. Thanks so much for defending this man and for coming on the show tonight. So if he misstated anything, is he in jail right now?
He's sitting in jail right now with no formal charges against him. Supposedly there's supposed to be a hearing on Thursday, but he doesn't even know what he's charged with. Of course, he still remains under this illegal gag order.
So this story broke, I think, last night. In that time, how many members of Congress have reached out to you to say we will no longer approve a single promotion in the U.S. military until this prisoner of conscience is free? A lot?
None. And I tell you what's more infuriating is that today we had testimony in the Senate where they tried to make the case that the withdrawal was an operational success. It's not a success, of course, to the 13 families who lost loved ones. And when somebody tried to speak out and say, look, we could have done a lot better, we owed these Marines and sailors and Army personnel better than that, they not only told him to shut up, and when he didn't shut up, they put him in jail.
He's a married man with children?
He's a married man, yes, with children. And I would say his spirits are high. The support, not of course congressional support, but the support that we have received, that he has received, that his family has received, has been overwhelming. People see this for what it is. They see this from the top brass trying to shirk responsibility, and when somebody in the chain of command speaks up, they're silenced. And we can do better than that. This is a man who is a 17-year Marine, a Marine officer, an infantry officer, just like I was, a guy whose conscience required him to speak out, and the American military, specifically the United States Marine Corps, the entity that I love so much, has put him in jail for that. And people are just coming together all over the United States. The Pipe Hitter organization, foundation, has raised already $200,000 for his defense. This is wrong and will not stand.
Think of all those members of Congress who served 6 months in the JAG course and were bragged about their military service and how, they're for the troops, and here's $24 extra billion, saying not one word about this honorable man who is the best of America, rotting in jail with criminals tonight for telling the truth. It's the unbelievable. And I appreciate some of your defense of him, and I hope he'll come back. Thank you.
Will do.
Dan Holloway is a veteran of the United States Army. He's host of the Drinking Bros podcast. He joins us tonight with Reaction. Dan, thanks so much for coming on. If any miscarriage of justice, injustice, atrocity kind of crystallizes the moment we're living in, it's this, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Scheller asked for accountability, and what he got in return for his years of service and his loyalty was persecution. It's insane. And speaking of insanity, as you said, they send him to mental health to get checked out because you have to be crazy not to agree with the administration, right? And that's the message that's being sent to America. It's not only are we right, not only is the government right, the administration right, not only are you wrong, but you're not entitled to accountability. You can't think for yourself, and if you try for either one of those things, we're going to throw you in jail. That's the message being sent right now. It's incredible.
I mean, things have changed so fast and so radically. But if you told me 2 years ago that there'd be people sitting in jail for trespassing at a political rally or for releasing a YouTube video in which he asked his superiors to own up to their failure, they would literally be jailed. I was like, this is America. Like that, we don't used to be jailing people? What? No. And here it is, and nobody seems to think it's weird.
Yeah, that's very bizarre. I mean, I think the real question is how we got to here. How have we gone from Eisenhower to Milley in America? Think about this. This whole mandate nonsense makes no sense. We all know that it's not really based in science at all, so you have to wonder what the purpose is. Cui bono, right? Who benefits from this? For the last few years, the left has continuously chipped away at all of the institutions that protect America, the military, the police, masculinity itself. And you got to wonder where they're going all this. Now they're using all the division they've created to basically gerrymander the ranks of these institutions, the Pentagon and the police services and things like that. And it's a calculated move, in my opinion. You tell me about it. Why would a political party want to gain control over the institutions that protect our country? Right? I mean, that's very suspicious. Right.
And they're gerrymandering the ranks of the armed institutions in our society, and that's a really smart and correct way to put it, I think, and I appreciate that on the skill going forward. Dan, thank you.
It's all yours.
Thanks a lot. So the Biden administration is forcing millions of Americans to take a vaccine they don't want. This show is just one from the source inside the Biden administration about what's in store for people who don't obey this unconstitutional order. We'll tell you next.
As all eyes are on the turmoil in Afghanistan.
Why will you not renounce Al-Qaeda? You never have.
Lara Logan continues exploring the extremist threat from Islamic terrorism around the world.
If these Islamic extremists have their way, will they keep going until there isn't a single Christian left in Nigeria? Is that the goal?
The simple answer is yes. Who are these groups? their true motives and what needs to be done now to stop them.
At least 30-40 armies in the world face or deal with insurgencies that have Islamist extremist ideas behind them.
Plus, inside the continued struggle and the future of this ongoing fight.
Their religion. They believe they can conquer. They believe they are the way.
Logan has no agenda. 21st Century Terrorism Revealed. Streaming now, exclusively on Fox Nation.
My name is Tom Jones. I'm a professional athlete. I've been a professional athlete my entire life. I hold world titles in explosive sport, and I hold world records in ultra endurance sports. The human body is an amazing machine. I've always given something different. We're all made up of billions of cells. I've always been a proponent of hydrating myself at the cellular level, feeding myself at the cellular level, and nutrition at the cellular level. As a professional athlete, fruits and vegetables are critical. Whether you're an athlete at my level or you're just going through your day-to-day life, we all need nutrition. When I started researching into balance of nature and they formulate the product and why, I really resonated with that. And when I started Balance of Nature about a month into it, I was popping a wheelie. I'm not letting age define who I am.
Start now by going to balanceofnature.com and don't forget to use discount code Fox News.
Men over 45, you have a frequent urgent need to urinate day and night? I have good news. Presenting the UroLift system, an outpatient treatment that simply reopens the channel to increase flow with no cutting. Yes.
Most side effects are mild to moderate. Serious bleeding and infection events are rare. Visit urolift.com.
Ask your urologist about UroLift or call 800-752-1100 today.
For every ransomware infection, there's a failed blacklist antivirus. PCMatic's whitelist security turbocharges any antivirus and stops ransomware before it starts. PCmatic starts at $50 for 5 devices for 1 year with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. Reinforce any antivirus in homes, businesses, and governments. Stop reacting to cyber threats. Prevent them. We still have time. Go to PCmatic.com.
Nothing gives away your age like thinning skin. For me, it's on the backs of my hands and chest. Now you can help restore and rejuvenate thinning fragile skin with Dermen Fragile Skin Daily Moisturizing Formula. Get Dermen now in the first aid aisle.
Every day can be extraordinary with rich, creamy, delicious Valle Total Yogurt.
Tonight on the Amber Mango, the Marine officer who blasted military leaders over the Afghanistan withdrawal is now being held in the brig. His parents are here exclusively tonight at 10 p.m.
At Spectrum Business, we're so sure we
I got you a nice little roast with
we called our competitors to see if they could beat our 200 megabit internet and phone, no minimum taxes, no fees, no contracts. These are their actual prices.
I would 100% go with Spectrum.
Hear that? Spectrum Business is hard to beat. With 200 megabit internet and advanced phone for $69.98 per month, all with no added phone taxes and fees.
How are they pulling a no fees and taxes? That's the bad thing.
Our tax may be a little bit high.
I'm going to be very honest with you. You're probably going to need to go with them.
Honestly, you couldn't say it better. Get 200 megabit internet and advanced phone for $69.98 per month with over 99.9% network reliability. Call 833-919-2113. That's 833-919-2113.
What else is just mandated that every federal government employee must be fully vaccinated by the February 2nd with 2 million people. A senior official within the administration told this show that preparations are underway to implement this order, according to this official. Unvaccinated employees at the White House are routinely forced to wear neon wristbands, which is interesting that there are unvaccinated employees at the White House at this late date. Why does things happen? Additionally, this official told us government human resources officials will be in charge of determining whether an employee's religious beliefs are, quote, sincerely held. As for religious accommodation,
In other words, the government will decide how much you believe in God and whether your belief is valid or not. If employees don't get an exemption and refuse to take the shot, they'll be fired. The administration believes it could start dismissal proceedings in mid-December. That means by Christmas, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of federal workers may be unemployed. The administration is also forcing the majority of the private sector workers who do not work for Joe Biden to get vaccinated. How can this be legal? Very few are asking that question. Jane Eunice is one who is. She's litigation counsel at the New Civil Liberties Alliance, and she is fighting back against vaccine mandates at universities. She joins us now. Thank you. I appreciate your coming on. I know that I don't think share the same politics. We probably take a lot of things, but I'm actually grateful that you're willing to do it. Tell us what your case is against vaccine mandates at the university.
Thank you so much for having me, Tucker. I'm currently bringing a case against Michigan State University on behalf of an employee, Gina Norris, who has natural immunity to COVID-19. She recovered from COVID last year. We are arguing that for that reason, the government has no compelling interest in forcing her to get the vaccine and violating her rights to bodily autonomy and to decline medical treatment. It's also important to note that Michigan State University is a public university, so these arguments couldn't necessarily be used in a private context, certainly not when private employers are acting independent of the government.
So your answer suggests that, I mean, there are huge principles, important principles at stake here. Tell us what those principles are that you are defending with this movement.
Well, they're both legal principles that the Constitution recognizes: the right to decline medical treatment, the right to not have things put in your body that you don't want. There's a substantial body of case law that was developed after the Jacobson case that I'm sure a lot of people have heard about.
Yes.
That's used to justify vaccine mandates and that is really not applicable to the present situation, and certainly not when people have natural immunity. There's been a huge corruption of science that's been going on throughout the country with this. We know that natural immunity exists, we know that it's robust, and the denial of it in these institutions' policies and the government's policies is inexplicable to me and unforgivable.
I agree with that completely. People feel so desperate and alone. At this point, if you haven't gotten the vaccine, which is free and readily available, there's a reason for it. You thought this through and decided not to. You thought that was your right. But people are being forced to, some are being forced to get fake vaccine cards, which is understandable, I think, but they feel forced, they're trapped. What do they do? What's their recourse if you're a person like that facing firing with no unemployment benefits because you won't take the shot? What do you do?
Well, most of them seem to email us. I've had thousands of emails in my inbox from desperate people who don't want to get the vaccine. And you know, you hit on something really perfect there, which is that most people have thought this through. They know what's best for themselves and their health. Joe Biden and Rochelle Walensky and Anthony Fauci, they don't know what's best for people in their own health. I spoke to a woman in New York today who has natural immunity. She recovered from COVID in July, and she got a different vaccine right the day before she was supposed to get the COVID vaccine, and she had a very bad reaction to it. She actually lost use of her arm for a number of weeks, and so she was really scared. She didn't show up to the appointment to get her COVID shot, and she's rightfully scared, and she doesn't want to get the COVID vaccine now, and she has natural immunity. But because of New York's vaccine passport program, she can't go to restaurants, bars, she can't go to work meetings, and it's really ruining her life. So what we're looking at here is the government interfering in what should be personal health decisions that people make with their doctor.
I don't want to blow up your inbox anymore, but it's the New Civil Rights Alliance, and this is a civil right worth defending, so few are, and we're grateful that you are, and for explaining that to us. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you so much. People should feel free to reach out to us at nclalegal.org.
Good. I hope we can help. Thank you. So Revolver News first reported on the FBI's involvement, its deep involvement in the events of January 6th. They were attacked for reporting that. We reported it as well, and we were attacked too as conspiracy theorists. It turns out it was true. And now there's proof. That's straight ahead. You go to TuckerCarlson.com during the break if you want. Get a book, cut out a big tap. We will be right back.
Hi. Every time the chute opens, my job is to butt me off.
Guys, hello.
They say it's the most dangerous 8 seconds in sports. But one thing is certain. chances are I'm going to be hurting tomorrow. I know you were never going to get on a bull, but how about taking those nice long walks again? Or gardening? I was skeptical that anything that's 100% drug-free could be tough enough for my pain. But then I tried Relief Factor, and now I depend on it every day to help me get out and stay out of pain. If you work hard for a living like I do, or if everyday aches and pains slow you down, do what I did and order the 3-week Quick Start. You can get started for just $19.95. Order today at ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. You'll be glad you did.
This is why thousands of people are switching to Pure Talk for their cellular service.
I always assumed that using a bigger provider would get better coverage. It turns out that it's the same network.
That's right, the same network for much less. With plans at $30 a month for unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data.
And keep the same phone number. Keep the same phone number.
Then you save a bunch of money.
We got about a foreigner family, and we save about $70 a month.
There's no contract. There's no hidden fees.
The customer service is awesome.
I called my brother. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to tell you how to save some money. You got to switch to Pure Talk. Don't think about it. Just do it.
With unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data for just $30 a month.
Smartest thing I've done in a long time.
Chalk went out for me.
Dial pound 250 and say keyword Pure TV to save 50% off your first month. Pure Talk. Simply smarter wireless.
Imagine a shirt that actually makes you feel better. Introducing Tommy Copper's shoulder-centric support shirt. Their biggest breakthrough yet. Advanced engineering promotes healthy posture and relief for achy shoulders and back. Visit TommyCopper.com to see the entire line of wearable wellness compression. They have you covered from head to toe. Tommy supports my back and my life. Go to TommyCopper.com right now and save 25%. Life hurts. Feel better.
When you're active, don't let a leg cramp stop your day. With Highlands leg cramps, that's pain you can crush right away. America's #1 new cramp relief solution for over 10 years. Fast, effective relief, so you don't have to miss a beat. Highlands leg cramps. Stop your pain. Not your day.
Attention property owners with General Steel Corporation connections later in Queensland steel buildings for over 4 decades. You can own a custom designed building tailored for your needs. Call General Steel at 877-98 Steel. General Steel supplies buildings to our nation's Fortune 500 companies. Professional sports teams and homeowners looking for a shop or home. Plus, steel prices are rising, so don't get left behind.
Hey, get out of there, Dylan.
Anytime Building Specialist has 100 by 250 clear span space is perfect for manufacturing. 60 by 100 building to expand. Unicorn! 30 by 50 can be customized to your shop or garage. Unicorn! Tell General Steel how much space you need. With the cost of wood structures up over 300%, steel is the only way to get the space you need at a price you can afford. Call General Steel today at 877-98 Steel to receive your Getting Started guide and a personalized quote. Call General Steel at 877-987-8300. 877-98 Steel.
That's a unicorn. That's a unicorn. No, that's Pepper. Bomb. Pepper. Bomb. Dad. Pepper bomb. Pepper bomb.
To lose weight and get healthier.
What's that? Unicorn. That's a unicorn. Yeah, it's a unicorn. The movie. That's the movie. I'll give you
One of my favorite songs.
What's that? That's Bumble. What's that?
Unlike regular sugar supplements,
What do you mean?
give me full benefits of time. The brand I trust is Team.
If you're an active first responder, sign up to Fox Nation. We're giving all active law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency medical services members Fox Nation for free for an entire year. Sign up today.
Well, if you don't believe there's such a thing as mass hysteria, let us direct you back to last summer when the dummies who control our biggest cities decided, as a group really, it would be a good idea to stop defending their populations from criminals and predators. They were going to defund the police because of systemic racism. It's like the kind of thing maybe you come up with in college with people super high, and the next morning you realize that's they didn't realize it was stupid, and some of the biggest cities in the country actually did it. So what happened next? We don't get a lot of talk about that. It's kind of moved on to the next enthusiasm. But we're keeping track. According to a new report from the FBI, murders in this country increased 30% in a single year. That's a lot of dead people. It's the largest single-year increase in murders since the FBI started tracking that stat 50 years ago, more than 50 years ago, in the 60s. Oh, well, it must be the guns, right? Those assault weapons, those weapons of war that Joe Biden is so upset about. It was the guns that did it, right? Kicked to death and were killed by rifles last year. National knives killed 3 times in America.
Lee, quit touching the screen.
What's that? The problem
there you go.
What's that?
Yes, Pyros.
We're not allowed to enforce the law.
I don't know.
That's the unicorn.
Hey, don't touch.
Right there.
Yeah, unicorn.
It's time for the